it's the end of the season. The gardening is coming to an end, and I'm going to cut the rest of my celery and make it into celery salt. Stick with me. Okay, all I'm going to do here is um, cut these pieces of celery into manageable pieces to fit in the dehydrator. So just whatever fits in your dehydrator, whatever type you have. Doesn't matter. Nothing too critical about this. Just getting it cut up into manageable pieces. Something like that. So I've got a dehydrator here. It comes with these individual trays, and I'm going to load them up onto these trays, fill my dehydrator, take them indoors, and dehydrate them for only takes about 24 hours or so with the celery. Kind of a tight fit there. That's it. Now it may seem like it's a little crammed up in there, but this stuff dehydrates down to almost nothing. So you'll see when I take it out what it looks like, but it'll dry just fine in there. So it's been 24 hours, and our celery is dry now. It's down to just brittle pieces of leaf that's very dry, very crunchy, like fall leaves. And the celery stalks are no more than a twig. That's how much it reduces in 24 hours. And it snaps like a dried twig. So I'm going to take all this out and take it inside and make some powder out of it by grinding it up. So stick with me. Now, before we go inside, I just want to show you what we ended up with here. Look at that. Those are celery stalks, but they weren't as big as store-bought. This is called pink celery, so it seems to be more aromatic and not as big and meaty as the store-bought stuff, but very celery flavor, so it's going to make good powder. Anyway, we're going to grind this down and go from there. Okay, now for the easy part. We got it all dried, all our celery dried, and we're just going to grind it up. I got these celery stalks here. I'm going to start with those and just do it in stages here, starting with the stalks. Look how small they've become. Amazing. Let's start with that. This is a Ninja I have, and it's a smoothie style cup. Works out good for this. These Ninjas are really nice too. That's all we have left from all that we put in there. So I'm going to continue filling this and finish grinding all of the celery. And I won't bore you with doing every single stage, but this is all it's going to be. Okay, that's what we've got out of all of that celery that I dried. Doesn't look like much, but that's what it does. Anyway, now what we'll do next depends entirely on what you want. If you want just celery powder for seasoning, bottle this. But I like to use a little bit of salt, mix in with it, and make celery salt. And this again will depend entirely on your taste, but I like to go about a half or a quarter of what I put in for what I have for celery powder in salt. And if you want it saltier, you can add more, of course. But what I do is just add this pink Himalayan salt to it. Watch, I'm going to struggle with trying to get this open. There. And I'm just going to eyeball it and put about maybe that much. That's what I want. Maybe mix it up a little bit. And there you have it. Celery salt. Looks a little different than what you buy in the store. The color. Boy, it's flavorful though. So there you have it. That's the way I make my celery salt. It's simple, quick, and you could use this method with any herb. You could do it with basil, parsley, chives, and if you want to dry garlic and onions, things like that, you can do that also. But I had a lot of celery. I needed to use it up, and this was a nice way to get a lot out of it, stretch a lot out of that celery, because it was getting old anyway and starting to get a little bit woody, but it still has the flavor of celery, really strong. So there it is, quite a bit of it. I had a little bit more and I added to this, so almost double what you saw me make. But it's simple. If I found myself this year making a lot of dried things, dehydrating a lot of things, particularly peppers. But if you like this video, hope you join me for more. Take care.